The observation deck of the Celestial Harmony hummed with the usual chatter of a dozen species, all competing to prove their superiority. Ambassador Marcus Webb stood near the viewport, nursing a glass of synthesized whiskey, watching the stars blur past at faster-than-light speeds. And then, bellowed Crothix, a hulking Bronther warrior whose scales gleamed under the artificial lighting, the razor-winged dove at me with talons extended. Each one capable of piercing steel plating. But I stood my ground, grabbed its throat mid-dive, and wrestled it to submission. A chorus of impressed clicks and whistles erupted from the assembled diplomats. The Bronther homeworld was classified as a Class 7 Deathworld, notorious for its megafauna and hostile environment. Impressive, hissed Velshera, the Sethian representative, her forked tongue tasting the air. But that pales in comparison to surviving the crystal deserts of Cethys Prime. Our sun scorches the sand to glass, and the glass serpents hunt beneath the surface. Silent. Deadly. I tracked one for 3 cycles before it struck. I still bear the scar. She gestured to a silvery line across her scaled shoulder. Marcus took another sip, saying nothing. He'd learned over his 2 years as Earth's representative that these gatherings inevitably devolved into contests of who had survived the most dangerous creatures on their homeworlds. At least your predators announce themselves, chirped Tikril, the insectoid Vexcari delegate, his antennae vibrating with excitement. The shadow wasps of Vexcar are completely silent. Invisible to most spectrums. They inject their eggs into living hosts, and... Yes, we've all heard about your parasitic nightmares, Crothix interrupted, waving a massive claw dismissively. He turned toward Marcus, his vertical pupils narrowing. What about you, human? Your kind have been suspiciously quiet. Surely Earth, classified as a Class 9 Deathworld, has predators worth mentioning? The room fell silent. All eyes, stalks, and optical sensors turned toward Marcus. He set down his glass carefully. We have a few. A few? Velshera slithered closer, her hood flaring with interest. Earth is one of the highest classified deathworlds in the known galaxy. The Council's survey teams lost 3 expeditions before making first contact with your species. Surely you have stories of survival. Marcus scratched his jaw, considering. Well, there are the big cats. Lions, tigers, leopards. Apex predators with retractable claws, crushing bite force, capable of taking down prey 3 times their size. Crothix snorted, a sound like grinding stone. We have similar creatures on 12 colony worlds. Dangerous, but manageable for an armed adult. Then there are the bears, Marcus continued. Some species can weigh over 600 kilograms, run at 50 kilometers per hour, and have enough strength to decapitate a moose with a single swipe. Still not particularly unique, Tikril observed, though his antennae had stopped vibrating quite so confidently. The reptiles are interesting, Marcus mused. Saltwater crocodiles with bite forces exceeding 16,000 newtons. They've remained virtually unchanged for 200 million years because they're already perfect killing machines. They drag their prey underwater and perform death rolls until... Aquatic ambush predators exist throughout the galaxy, Velshera interrupted, though her tongue flicked nervously. Marcus smiled. Of course. But here's the thing about Earth that makes it special. He pulled out his personal datapad and projected a holographic image. We didn't just survive these predators. The image showed a young human child, no more than 5 standard years old, sitting on a floor. Curled up against her, purring contentedly, was a creature with retractable claws, sharp teeth, and predatory eyes. Is that? Crothix leaned forward, his combat implants automatically analyzing the creature. That's a small feline predator. Why is the juvenile human touching it? That's a house cat, Marcus explained. We domesticated them. They live in our homes. We feed them, shelter them, and in return, they provide companionship. There are approximately 600 million of them living with humans across Earth and our colonies. The silence was profound. You, domesticated, predators. Velshera's voice was barely a whisper. Marcus swiped to another image. A massive canine, easily 70 kilograms, with powerful jaws and descended from wolves, sat obediently next to a human family, a young child's arms wrapped around its neck. Dogs, Marcus said simply. Descended from one of Earth's pack-hunting apex predators. We've bred them for 40,000 years. They guard our homes, herd our livestock, assist our disabled, work with our military and police forces. There are over 900 million of them living alongside humans. Tikril's mandibles clicked rapidly, a sign of extreme agitation. This is unprecedented. It gets better, Marcus continued, warming to his subject. He displayed more images in rapid succession. Horses, prey animals that can kill with a single kick, but we ride them for sport. Falcons, we train them to hunt for us. We've domesticated cattle, pigs, chickens. We've even partially domesticated apex predators like foxes in recent centuries. But why? Krothix's voice held a note of something Marcus had never heard from the warrior before, uncertainty. Why would you bring predators into your living spaces? Marcus shrugged. Because we could. Because they were useful. Because. He paused, looking at the image of the child hugging the dog, because we were lonely, I suppose. Earth made us hard, but it also made us crave connection. Even with creatures that could harm us. Your species shares its homes with animals that could kill you in your sleep, Velshera stated flatly. Well, a house cat probably couldn't kill a healthy adult, Marcus corrected. Though they do kill billions of small animals annually, even when well fed. It's instinct. He grinned at their horrified expressions. But yes, essentially. My daughter has 2 cats and a German shepherd. The dog could absolutely kill her if it wanted to. It would die protecting her instead. How? Tikril asked. How did you accomplish this? Marcus considered the question. Patience. Selection. Understanding. We didn't conquer these animals, we formed partnerships with them. Mutual benefit. We changed them, and they changed us. Some scientists argue that dogs helped make us human. That we co-evolved together. He pulled up one final image, a young woman in a military uniform, standing in a desert landscape, her hand resting on the head of a Belgian Malinois wearing a tactical vest. This is Lieutenant Jessica Morgan, K-9 Unit, Earth Defense Force. That's her partner, Duke. He's trained to detect explosives, track enemies, and yes, attack on command. He's saved her life 4 times. She's saved his twice. That's what Earth taught us, that the line between predator and partner is thinner than you might think. The observation deck remained silent for a long moment. Finally, Krothix spoke, his voice thoughtful. Your world didn't just produce survivors. It produced a species capable of befriending death itself. Marcus raised his glass. We prefer to think of it as making death fetch sticks and curl up on the couch with us. He drained the whiskey. Earth is a Class 9 death world. Everything there can kill you. So we decided to make friends with it instead. And if that doesn't work? His smile turned slightly feral, we're pretty good at the other option too. The assembled aliens exchanged glances, and Marcus could see a new understanding dawning in their expressions. Humans hadn't just survived Earth. They'd made it theirs, one domesticated predator at a time. Terrifying, Velshera finally said. Yeah, Marcus agreed. We get that a lot.